Hey guys, it's Rob, and welcome to my tutorial for the
Transforming Ninja Star.
I got a bunch of requests on my last video for the Transforming Ninja Star, and I can see why. It's a really cool, fun, and it's also an easy model to make. It's a type of modular origami model where you're going to be interlocking or joining 8 of these small modular units together in order to get the Ninja Star. Each one is identical, and they're each very similar to making the water bomb base. What you're going to need is 8 small square pieces of paper. I'm going to be using these sheets that I got from Staples. They're all different colors, and these work really well for making the transforming star. You can also use post-it notes like these. These work really well. You'll get something that comes out pretty much the same, it's a little bit smaller. Once you have 8 small pieces of square paper, you're ready to begin. To get your transforming Ninja Star so that it has alternating colors like mine does, you're going to want to use 4 sheets of one color and 4 sheets of another color. It doesn't really matter, I just like the way it looks, but you can use one color if you want. As I said, it's very similar to making the water bomb base. I'm going to go through with you how to make 2 of them, and then I'll also show you real quick how to do it with the post-it notes. Grab one of the sheets, and we're going to basically make it like a water bomb base. So you're going to take one corner and fold it across to the other corner. Make a crease, and you can run your fingernail against it because it does matter if you are kneed, it helps it out a little bit. So now that we have a diagonal fold going this way, we're going to take the other corner and fold it to the opposite corner and make another crease. So now if you open up the paper, you should have an X in it, and then we're going to take one edge of the paper and fold it across to the other edge. So now if you open up the paper, you should have an X and a horizontal line. So now what we're going to do is we're going to position this line in the middle so that it is vertical. And we're going to take both of the top corners and we're going to fold it inwards onto that vertical line so that the top edge here is on the vertical line. So just take the corner, fold it inwards onto that vertical line just like that, and make a crease. Do the same with the other top edge. So you should have something that looks just like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold the paper in half like this, and now you have this other corner of the paper. And what you're going to do is, if you remember the water bomb base, we're going to basically tuck this corner in just like that. So just take the other end here, the edge, and you're going to tuck it inwards to the bottom just like that, and now you have these 2 flaps on the right side. Tuck it in and then make a crease. So that's basically how you make each of the modular units. It's very simple. So I'm going to do it real quick with the blue one now. Same thing. Fold it corner to corner. Opposite corner to opposite corner. Same thing. Fold one edge to the opposite edge. Then open it up. Hold that center line here vertically, and then just fold the top corners into that line just like that. Then fold the model in half like this, and then you're going to tuck this other corner on the right side in towards the center. Tuck it all the way in, and then close these 2 flaps that you now have and make a crease. And that's how you make the modular units. So you should be able to make the remaining 6. So what I do with the post-it note is I peel it off and I've marked where it's sticky, and you're going to hold that sticky edge on the back. Then you're going to do the 2 diagonal folds just like that. And now when you're going to make the edge-to-edge fold, I like to cut this sticky edge in half by holding it vertically on the back like this. Then you fold the top edge down to the bottom edge, and I'll show you why I do that. It's because once you have made this fold and you're going to fold the edges in, you're going to fold them in on the sticky edge so that the 2 top corners get stuck to the paper. Just like that, you see? Fold the corners in. Fold it in half. And now the same thing, just tuck this corner in here, and there you go. Interlocking the first 7 units is pretty much the same exact thing. It's really not that difficult. It's the last piece that might be a little tricky, so I'll focus mainly on how to connect the last piece. What you're going to want to do is to first set them up. If you're using alternating colors, you're going to want to take 2 different color units, and you're going to basically hold them like we just finished creating them. So you want these 2 flaps on the right, and you want the 2 corners which you folded in to be on the left side, just like this. Hold the piece on the right the same exact way. Then you'll see we have these edges here, right? You want to have these 2 flaps open, and you're going to take this edge here and you're going to twist it so that it is completely vertical, and then you're going to slide the piece on the right into the piece on the left until this corner here is basically right in between the top of those flaps right there. And you want to make sure that this edge is all the way seated into the piece on the left, just like that. Now when you do that, you'll see you have a little bit of excess sticking over the piece on the right, and what you're going to do is you're going to basically pull the piece down that's in front of you, and you're going to fold this excess towards you over the right piece, just like that, and then make a crease along the top. Then you can unfold it. Now what you're going to do is the same thing with the top flap. Hold this one back, and then fold this one over the right piece. Now you'll see you have made 2 creases. And what you're going to do now is you're going to open the 2 flaps on the right piece now, and you're going to tuck these tips into it, just like that. And then what you're going to do is just close these 2 flaps on the right now and just give it a good crease. So now you'll see you will be able to slide these 2 pieces within each other. So now you're going to do the same thing with the piece on the right. You're going to go in a clockwise direction. In other words, you're not going to add to the left. You're going to add to the right. So grab another piece, hold it this way, rotate it so that this opening here is vertical, just like that. Slide it into the piece on the right and put the tip at the top here. Now you can slide it down here, and if it's easier for you, then you could do it like that, meaning it doesn't have to be perfectly lined up like that, but you do want it like that in the end. So if you want to slide it like that, as long as you have it seated properly, meaning as long as this edge is all the way in, it'll be fine. So then do the same thing, fold this one back, and take the excess here and fold it over the piece on the right that you're adding, and make a crease. Unfold it, then just move away the back piece and fold the top flap here over the new piece that you're adding, and you're always folding it in towards the center of these flaps. So you're folding this one like this towards you and this one away from you. Then once you've made those creases, you can open the flaps on the right and you could tuck these tips in just like that. Now, being that I didn't tuck them in at the corner here, I just want to slide the new piece all the way to the end like that. And that's basically how you're going to interlock them. So I'm going to skip ahead to the 7th piece. When you get to the 7th and 8th pieces, you'll notice that the units will start to overlap, but they're interlocked the same way. Take the tip of the 7th piece and slide it in between the 2 flaps of the 6th piece. And also make sure that the tip is also going in between these 2 flaps that you previously tucked in. You don't want to slide this underneath there like that. Otherwise you'll have problems sliding it past one another in the end. Make sure that it's in between there just like that. Now I've already creased it here, but you guys know what to do. So just take the tips of the 6th piece and tuck them into the 2 flaps of the 7th piece. Just like that. Also, you're going to take the tip of the 1st piece here and you're going to bring it so that it's in between the 2 flaps of the 7th piece. Now, grab the 8th piece and just open the flaps of the 7th piece a little bit, just like that. and you're going to do the same thing. Take the two flaps of the 8th piece now, and make sure that the tip of the first piece slides into the two flaps there. And you're going to take the tip of the 8th piece and just kind of push the whole piece down like that, so that the tip also goes in between the two flaps of the 7th piece, just like that. Okay? So now it should be in there. Make sure that the tips are properly in between the two flaps like this. And then all you're going to do is also interlock these tips here. So you guys know how to make these creases. Fold that back. Take the back one, fold it towards you. Now what's a little bit different is that you already have a tip in between the two flaps. You do not want to take the tip here and fold it over the
Tip.
Nope, you want it to be only over this flap of the 8th piece. So you want to take the tip of the 7th piece and tuck it right in there. Okay? Just like that. Do the same with the back flap. So just make sure that you're not going over that tip like that, because if you do, you're not going to be able to slide this piece out. Okay, that's important. So take that tip and put it on the side like that. You're going to do the same with the tips of the 8th piece. Fold it back. And then what you're going to do, you're just going to have to open these two flaps here on the first piece, and you're going to tuck it in there on the side. Open the flap, and you're going to tuck it on the side of that tip, just like that. So it should look just like that. Before you go to transform the Ninja Star, just double check that none of the tips or blades are being covered by any of these side flap tips. Then all you need to do is to grab two opposite pieces and push them directly towards each other until the blades have come out. Rotate it and do the same thing until all the blades have been revealed. And there you go. You have a transforming Ninja Star. Thanks for watching my tutorial for the transforming Ninja Star. If you liked the video, be sure to click the thumbs up or like button below, and subscribe by clicking the subscribe button above. Also, if you leave me a comment in the comments section, I might feature it in my next video. So be sure to let me know what you guys thought. Just one more thing. I need to show you guys how to throw it. To throw the transforming Ninja Star in the Frisbee or octagon configuration, you're going to want to hold it just like a Frisbee, but you're going to angle it like that. And then you just want to flick your wrist outwards. I found with the Ninja Star configuration, if you throw it like a Frisbee or even if you angle it like that, it's always going to wind up landing vertically like this, and it will damage the tips a little bit. So I find it the best just to throw it vertically like that.